I used to work at a bowling alley over by Bethesda Game Studios, and about once a week on Saturday, Todd Howard, his whole family would come in, and they would always demand the first lane. Uh, I guess he thought that meant it was the best lane. It was just it just happened to be the first lane. There was nothing special about it, but he always demanded it, and we had to give it to him because he paid a lot of money. Anyways, whenever he came in, he would say, "Hmm, what are my shoe sizes?" He had two different size feet. It was weird. And he would say, I don't know. And he'd lift his leg up almost like to his face, like level with his face, because he's so short. His head just barely goes over the counter. And he lifts his leg up and says, "How big do you think my foot is?" And I take his shoe off, and he had yellowed toenails. And I'd measure his foot. It's always the same. If I didn't measure it and I just said, "Oh, it's a 5," he said, "No, you got to measure it." And so it was a 5 on one foot, 6 on the other. And so I'd always give him the shoes. And then when he left, his kids would say sorry. Anyway, one time he was at the bowling lane at the lane, and he said, "Hey, everybody, watch this! I'm gonna get a strike." And so he takes the ball and he goes, "Oops!" And the ball goes flying up in the air and it goes smashing down into the lane. Now the lanes are pretty strong, so it didn't do anything to it. And he was pretty pissed because he thought it was going to make a big hole in there. And so he just starts throwing a tantrum. He's saying, "What the hell?" He starts slapping his kids around, and his kids run away. And then his wife runs away too. And he says, "Hey, all of you are fired." And then his wife says, "You can't fire us." And he says, "Oh, yeah, that's right." And so what happened next? And then he said, "Hey, you," he's pointing right at me, "get over here." And he said, "Why didn't my ball go through the floor?" And I said, "Well, it's a really strong floor, and you can't actually do that. You can't throw the ball like you shouldn't be throwing the ball like that. You might hit somebody." And he says, "Oh, you can't throw the ball." So he picked up another ball, and it looked like he was gonna bowl again, but he just threw it up in the air, and he said, "Oops!" And it came crashing down onto the floor again. It didn't make a hole. That just pissed him off even more. So he just got another ball, and he just went out to the lane. He just started smashing the ball into the lane. And he said, "Why won't you go through?" And he couldn't get it through because he's so weak and tiny. And he pointed right at me and said, "You're not going to get a copy of Skyrim just because of this." And he left.